Welcome to Stevie's Earth-Based Kitchen, where I make plant-based food with a focus on healthy aging and happiness. And when I say happiness, I mean the food's gotta taste good. And it's gotta satisfy you as well. And today I am going to be making a lemon lasagna. So I've been thinking about this recipe for so long. I actually have not made it. I've written the recipe down, but I have not tried it out yet. So hopefully it works out. But I had this idea of lemon lasagna because there's a particular wine I want to actually pair with it. So stay tuned until the end of the video and we will have a little wine pairing as well. So I'm going to veganize an old recipe by Martha Stewart. Now her recipe is very rich. It's basically a creamy sausage pasta. So it's just layers of cream sauce, sausage, and braised lemons so that they lose their bitterness. You slice the lemons, thinly, and you put it in between the layers of the lasagna. So that's what it is. It's just cream, like a kind of Alfredo style cream sauce, sausage, lemons, pasta, cream sauce, sausage, lemons, pasta. I'm not going to do it that way at all because obviously we're doing it vegan. I did consider using the Beyond Meat sausage, the Italian sausage, and it would be good in it. I decided to not do sausage at all. And I thought about making my own kind of whole foods, plant-based sausage, but I decided against that too because it's just really hot here in North Carolina and all of that just sounded so heavy to me. And I don't really want this to be heavy. I want it to be kind of bright. So instead, I'm making a vegan ricotta using tofu and cashews and lots of seasonings and lots of herbs. Okay, but we have a couple things that we need to do ahead of time. We have to soak our cashews, and I've got about a cup of cashews in here soaking. I've had these soaking for about a half an hour. And that's about how much you need to soak them for. You could probably get away with not soaking them at all. I'm using this organic super firm tofu. You do want like an extra firm or super firm tofu. And I always get organic, although I never see any tofu that's not organic. But they always talk about soybeans as being a crop that is heavily sprayed with insecticides. But I've never seen a non-organic tofu. Have you? I use a tofu press. I just find it really convenient because sometimes I like to just press my tofu and put it back in the fridge and it will stay there all day. And this is just a good way to store in the fridge. And it has a nice little compartment for marinating your tofu. But I was watching a video of another plant-based creator. We're talking about 10 things that they wouldn't buy, as a vegan. And they said they would never buy one of these. So it's a waste of space. I personally don't feel that way. But maybe it would be a waste of space for you. So don't let me influence you because there's other ways to do this. You do something like this. And pardon the stained towels. We don't use paper towels in our house. We just use towels. We just use flour sack cloths. They get stained. So wrap your tofu up. Maybe put a cast iron pan on it. You're soaking cashews. You can use books. The problem with books is it can get wet. You don't want to get your books wet. And it just goes in like that. Crank it up. And we're going to let it do its pressing and get the water out for about 15 minutes. And then we will make our ricotta. I think that's a good start, is making the ricotta. Another thing we need to do is prepare our lemon because we are going to be simmering them for about 7 minutes to get rid of the bitterness. So you want to cut them super thin. These are going to go in between the layers of our lasagna. Cut them as thin as you can. Here's a good one. So when your tofu is ready, that's when you probably should turn the oven on to about 350 degrees. Or actually, you should turn it on to exactly 350 degrees. I'm going to drain these cashews. Keep about a quarter cup out for the ricotta. And the recipe will be in my newsletter, which will be linked in the description box below. So I'm going to do about 2 cups of tofu, 2 cups of soy milk. I don't know what's up with me. I don't think. 2 cups of soy milk. You can use whatever plant-based milk you like. I really happen to like the Westlife soy because it's got lots of protein and it's really clean. It's just soybeans and water. I'm also going to use kimchi. This is a 1/4 cup of kimchi. I actually should be putting this in the blender. We're going to blend it all before we cook it. And about a tablespoon of miso. So what we're going for is a good cheesy flavor because we are not using Parmesan. So the miso gives it a great umami flavor. We have a 1/4 cup of tapioca starch. This is going to give it a cheesy texture. And I have this cloth covered plate, which I will dry the lemon slices on. In fact, I could actually put some lemon zest in our sauce too. Put some black pepper in here. A little salt. We're going to blend it. And I'm always getting my hair in food. I wanted to be cute for y'all. So I had a little, what do you call these pieces? Oh, I know what these are called. I can't say it. Don't leave the name of these in the comments. We're just going to keep things nice. Keep it nice here. So we're just going to simmer this until it's thickened, but we want it still pourable. This is the container we're going to put our lasagna in. So I'm going to add a little bit. Because I want it to be like sauce, not cheese. I want it to be like a cheese sauce, not just cheese. And this is pulled away from the sides. And what a cheese sauce. Look at that. Ah, so good. Woohoo. Okay, we'll put that aside. So I'm going to be using Barilla, not Barilla, it's not Spanish. Barilla oven ready lasagna, so we don't have to pre-boil it. I have never used it before, but this is what they had available for gluten-free, and even Martha Stewart in her original recipe, she used oven-ready lasagna, like no-boil lasagna. So hopefully this works out. Let's make the tofu because it's been about 15 minutes. This just comes out like this. See how much water there is? Put this in here. Some cashews. I'm going to use a little bit, maybe a teaspoon of the shallots. About a teaspoon of the garlic powder. Some lemon juice. Whoops. A little bit of nutmeg. And I am going to use some preserved lemons. So I just got this at the store, but they're also really easy to make. I think I have a video where I made it, but I can't remember. And I just want about an inch of it. We're just using the skin, and yeah, that's what it looks like. I was going to chop it, but since we're putting it in the food processor, why bother? We're going to put some herbs in there too. I'm going to process it first. I just like to keep tasting it as I go to get it the way I like it. And I suggest that you do the same for you, because we might like it a little different. Start preparing our veggies. So I'm going to saute this fennel and about 5 cups of Swiss chard. And that is 5 cups of chopped Swiss chard. So I don't know what 5 cups of Swiss chard is after it's cut. So I got 2 bunches. I am going to keep the stalks. I'll just chop them up real well and then cook them first with the fennel so that they'll soften up. Because if you cook them at the same time with all the leaves will get done before these get done and they'll just be like chewy. I really don't want to take you over to my dirty sink, so I'm going to show you what I'm doing as I wash them. I'm just washing them really well, and then I'm taking, see that? I'm taking the leaves off of the ribs like that, and then I'm saving these and prepare fennel. So I'm going to use these fronds, the fennel fronds, for our ricotta. That's going to be some of the herbs that goes in our ricotta. I'm also going to use arugula. I like to just cut around the core. That's what I do. And I'm going to fast forward this because my knife skills are not great. Don't need to experience them. I'm going to put the fronds here into the ricotta. Let's turn this on. Let's get it sauteing. I'm going to be using avocado oil. Pan is heating. I'm going to put about a couple tablespoons. That's good. I'm going to throw in the shallots. Throw in everything else. A little tomato paste. Well, putting about a tablespoon in there, that will give it some umami flavor to give it a little bit more of a sausaginess. And we'll let that direct contact with the pan so that it kind of caramelizes a little bit. We'll throw in some Aleppo too. And prepare our Swiss chard. It's a lot, isn't it? But it will reduce to nothing. You can roll them up like a cigar and chop them. Chiffonade style. And then go the other way. Okay. Okay, well that's about how it looked in the pictures. I'm always nervous that there's not going to be enough liquid. So I put the fennel in the ricotta for the herbs. Now I have some arugula, so I'll put some arugula in there. Let's see how. That's it. That's really good. We start with a layer of sauce on the bottom. I hope this is moist enough. It's not fitting that way. Okay. Well, Is that two? Okay. I'm gonna break this. How should we break it? Whoops. Okay. Okay, we're gonna, I don't want to layer it too much because I'm already worried about there not being enough moisture. It's okay. We're just breaking it. It's just a broken lasagna. Okay. Some more sauce. More sauce. Just like, let's just play. Just kind of integrate it. I'm just gonna put 4 lemons because we need them for the top too. Put, okay. Good. I love tofu cashew ricotta. Okay, now we have to think about is a Parmesan cheese topping. Originally, I was going to make my own with nutritional yeast and walnuts and like salt. While I was at the store, I found this Violife Parmesan cheese, and I don't know if this tastes good or not. It's a giving. It's given. I mean, there's actually a little funkiness to it. It's really salty. Kind of giving mac and cheese. Okay. I'll put a little bit on it. But if you want to be completely whole food, take walnuts and nutritional yeast and put them in a coffee maker and blend them up. But we're not using much. It's not going to be too unhealthy. Okay, I'm going to put a lid on this, put it in the oven for 20 minutes. We'll check it then, and then probably take the lid off and let it get brown. You know, when I was thinking about it, like 30 minutes to finish the lasagna in the oven seems not enough time. So I checked it at 20 and no way was it going to be done. And it was also, I felt, going to be a little dry. So I actually took about a 1/4 cup of water and poured it around the sides. I made sure the liquid kind of went down and then just sealed it tightly. And I'm putting it in there for another 20 minutes. And then I'm going to broil the top if it's ready. But usually a lasagna takes about 60 minutes, right? I found this recipe not on Martha Stewart's blog, but somebody else's blog. And she was, you know, saying it was Martha Stewart's recipe from 2011 from Martha Stewart Living. But she did provide a link to Martha Stewart's website, which actually went to like a red lasagna. I looked on Martha Stewart's website and I don't see this recipe anywhere. So hopefully it's not a dud. Like maybe they nixed it. Maybe, hopefully mine comes out okay. I am ready for a glass of wine. Are you? I don't drink every night like I used to, you know, since really learning about healthy aging and stuff. Now I just, you know, I have a glass or two maybe once a week, like on a date night. I'm having one tonight, and tomorrow I'm actually going to a wine thing. So I will have some Bordeaux wine tomorrow. We're going to be having a Riesling by Trimbach, and Trimbach is a wine maker from Alsace. They're vegan, and it's conveniently a screw top, which I love. This one retails, I think I got it for $22 at Wegmans. I'll put a link in the description box to, you know, if you want to get it at wine.com, because I'm now partnered with them. But it's also available in so many places. Like I'm in North Carolina, and so it's available at Lowe's. You can get it at Total Wine and More. Like, you can get it in so many places, which is actually the reason why I chose this wine. This is what it looks like. It's a Riesling. Rieslings are very refreshing, very racy, very acidic. They're like stony. What's the year on this? Because I smell a little, yeah, okay. Yeah, so it does have a little bit of that petro flavor, which I love. That's a chemical thing that happens when it ages. But I just thought it would be perfect because it's kind of lemony, and it will cut through the cream too because it's so racy. Oh, I love the way it smells. I've been to this winery too, in a magical town called Rickwar. I can't pronounce it, but this is so good. It's definitely like a wine to have with food because it is very acidic. So when you have food, especially with a creamier sauce like this, it will calm down that acidity. Let's see what it looks like. That looks pretty good, right? I am just going to put it under the broiler for a little bit and enjoy the wine. Let's cut into it. Oh, it smells really good. It does smell lemony. It's too hot. There's plenty of lemon in it. The lemon slices are so good. It's quite good. I'm a little surprised, actually. Okay, let's see how it tastes with the wine. It's a very good pairing. It brings the wine out like crazy. It totally mellows out the tang of the wine, and you could just taste that, like the lemony, like the wine is lemony. That's good. This is a winner. I'm so happy because I don't really like Swiss chard that much. To tell you the truth, but this is working out. Okay, I'm gonna have to call my husband in before I eat this all. The Parmesan cheese topping is good. It's almost beckoning for some walnuts though. So I'm kind of sad that I left the walnut topping out. Thank you so much for hanging out with me today. I really, really appreciate you. Especially if you're subscribed to this channel. It means so much to me, and it just helps encourage me so much. If you hit the bell button, you'll be notified next time I upload a video. Don't forget to subscribe to my newsletter because there's a lot there. There's a lot more there than there is here. I talk about all kinds of food related and plant-based related and healthy aging related topics, and there's lots of recipes, and yeah, it's good. Right, thank you. Cheers. Woohoo!